What have I drawn here? If you think it's a dinosaur, then you are a dinosaur and you don't know CloudLock. Let's talk about that. Hey everyone, Neville Aga here, Oklahoma Heartland SE team, and I'm going to give a recap of the Security VT that was held in October 2016. I'm doing this from Building 10 on the San Jose campus. If you got to record a video, why not here? So, I'm going to put this video into two parts. First part is going to be stuff that all generalist SEs, everybody's going to find interesting and useful. Highlights of security, where the security business is headed. Second part, we'll have some fun. I'll show you where I played golf, do some other things out in California, and got to take advantage while you're out in California, right? And then in the third part, I'm going to get into the weeds, the painful part of security, the weeds they get into in a VT that unless you are in the security asset team or just a plain old masochist, you don't want to watch. All right, so I said I was going to start this out with the things that all SEs are going to want to know about, not just security guys. And what everybody wants to know about, what are we leading with for this year? Really, if you ask Neville, it's CloudLock, it's OpenDNS, it's LANCO. It's the new members of the block. That's the cool, that's the sexy. That's where we want to go. Also going to talk a little bit about just the overview of rooms and using Spark for the Q&A and not WebEx. Handy for the ENVT next week, if you're going to sit on all that. So let's. All right, CloudLock, our newest security product. What is it? Gartner's defined this thing called CASB, Cloud Access Security Brokers, and that's where CloudLock plays. It's all about your sanctioned apps. So if the University of Oklahoma has bought Office 365 for all their faculty and their students, which all our higher eds have done because apparently there's ridiculously cheap higher ed pricing for it, they want to be sure that when their teachers use it, they don't stick social security numbers out or grades of students were on public shares and things like that. So it's all about securing your sanctioned apps. This is not about shadow IT. CloudLock just doesn't secure shadow IT. It doesn't do a darn thing for you wanting to go out and post, company confidential files on your personal Dropbox. Sorry, that's not the mantra. But it's okay because really what we want is to be able to secure those sanctioned apps. Google apps, so a common one is, and OAuth connections. OAuth connections, so think Pokemon Go, and everybody is putting Pokemon Go. The way that when that first rolled out, it would ask for complete control of your Google account. So then, if OU is sanctioning Google for all their faculty, and they have official docs out there in this Google Cloud, and somebody comes along with this little app like Pokemon Go, and they go, oh yeah, sure, we're going to grant full rights to it. Well, guess what? Pokemon Go, Niantic, just got full rights to modify anybody's files in OU's environment that person had access to. So CloudLock's all about seeing that and going, yeah, no, I don't think so, and cutting off that for all those risky apps out there that probably don't need to go into your sanctioned clouds. If you want it for your own CloudLock account, check it out for read-only access. Use the link in here, and you can go to the CloudLock University and get demo. This is the CloudLock Chicken Llama. Top half is a llama, bottom half is a chicken. One of the beautiful things about CloudLock is the demo. Never seen anything quite so easy to install. So literally there's no product to install, there's nothing on-prem or anything else like that, no connector or anything else like that. It's all the CloudLock cloud talking to Google's cloud, or the CloudLock cloud talking to Microsoft's cloud. The install is as simple as you find a person at your customer that has credentials for the O365 account. He logs in, he types in admin.google.com, and he chooses an add-in, a CloudLock add-in, boom, done. I mean, it's beautiful. It's beautiful. OpenDNS, the other home run product really for all of our customers. So November 14th, OpenDNS goes on the global price list. All right. And at that time, OpenDNS Umbrella is going to be rebranded to Cisco Umbrella for Business. So that's what it's going to be started called. Cisco Umbrella for Business. Where are the products heading? So think integration with VPN, think integration with AnyConnect. So with AnyConnect 4.3 and AnyConnect 4.4, you're going to have a new box on the bottom of it that talks about taking OpenDNS with you. So when you take your endpoint off and you log in at the Starbucks and stuff like that, you can keep the OpenDNS going with you. You're not using, whatever Starbucks' DNS service. So sweet for administrators. Again, super easy sale, super easy concept, demo, everything else like that. There are going to be 3 versions on the GPL. There's going to be Umbrella Professional, Umbrella Insight, and Umbrella Platform. So that's the lowest, Professional's the lowest, Insight's the Platform. And Platform is what we're going to want to sell them. That's at the top. And that includes the Investigate, right? Because that's what they want to do. They want to look at some weird domain and go, hey, is this thing good or bad? So that's what we want to do. When it comes up in November on the GPL, move everybody to Umbrella Platform. All right, StealthWatch, the third product we want to get everywhere. Current version of StealthWatch is 6.8.2. And now your Meraki MXs, to be aware, Meraki MX does do NetFlow. You can import that NetFlow into your StealthWatch. Really what we want to think about StealthWatch is, we're going to hear on the security side, StealthWatch versus Tetration, right? StealthWatch is what we want to go with. It's a fraction of the cost, and it's the whole enterprise, right? It's campus, and you can use it in the data center if you want to, but you can use it throughout everywhere and get a holistic view of flows, find out stuff like exfiltration, if that kind of stuff's going on, get your use reports. I'll talk about Tetration in the second part here when we get into the weeds. And one other thing they brought up, we got a product on there called the Security Packet Analyzer. It's a big old Wireshark appliance, $200,000 list, and fully lossless packet capture if you need for 10 gigs per second. Big old 42 terabyte rolling buffer storage on the thing. Talos session. Guys, we have some serious credibility in the security space with Talos, and you can really hear it. We had a session from a guy named Holger Unterbrink. He talked about reverse engineering, using a disassembler to reverse engineer and track down the Qbot banking Trojan, which Qbot was, or is, a big advanced persistent threat against the banking industry. These are the things that take months and months to develop, and very specific, very targeted. It's not your standard, scans and stuff like that. Let's child's play here. So he pulls out a disassembler, and he shows how, we have, through our large network, we get some 700 samples that have a dropper and a packer on top of it. And these packers, the guys know, like, you've heard them say that when I'm in a sandbox environment, I don't do what I'm supposed to do. I see if I'm in a sandbox environment, and then, I don't do anything else like that. So, and they do all kinds of random little jump points so that if you're trying to reverse engineer, you can't get it. But he looks at it, and if he takes the ones out without the packers, and it got maybe some 700 unique samples with packers and droppers, but then only 70 of them with just the packers. And if he keeps reverse engineering, he walks through this whole packet flow about how he sees the timestamps of when these things were actually coded and developed, and the signatures on the headers and stuff like that. So he can figure out that, okay, the guys that are doing this are probably in GMT, probably somewhere in Central Europe and stuff like that, because these are coming out between Mondays through Fridays, GMT, basically during business hours. And I can see that the guys that actually do the droppers, they don't do anything on Saturdays and Sundays. They're probably Monday to Friday kind of guys. The guys that package it into random stuff, they'll go throughout all the time. But he uses it. He keeps going through this, and he shows that, okay, I can figure out there are exactly 3 guys writing this. There's a good chance, anyways. There are 3 guys writing it, 3 developers, and then 9 packers, and put all together. It's amazing. It's really amazing. So, that's off the heels of the Angler exploit that they did last year. So, great stuff. If you need some credibility in the security space, look no further than the Talos. All right, the final thing I want to share with all the generalists is the change to Spark rooms for the Q&A. We are not doing chats or Q&A on the WebExes like we've done in the past, which, they're kind of nice. They have the question, the answer right there. You can scroll back. But we're moving to Spark. The interface is bad. It's It's just bad, you know, obviously besides room clutter and stuff like that. So we've got one room for the VT, and then under that, 30 rooms. One room for every single session. And then you have to go join that room, ask your question in that room, and it gets answered in that session with this /Q1/A1. You'll see once you get into it. It's different. The only real advantage that I can think of from this is that now, or it might be a disadvantage depending on how you look at it, but this stuff's going to end up on topic. You know, in the past when we've had our VTs and stuff like that, the Q&A's have been some great places to get info, but then they just go away. I mean, they might just be stored on your laptop. But this stuff now, this is all going to be stuck on to some kind of persistent search, and 30 years from now, you're going to see some stupid question you asked. That's how it goes. So, if you're going to be in San Jose, you might as well go by headquarters. So, everybody's got to have an office here. So, check this out. So, that's where Chuck hangs his hat. And a seventh sense is what he's reading. So, that's what I'm going to start reading. And so I'm in Building 10, which is the flagship building here, headquarters at Cisco System Campus, and I found the golf course here. Yes, there is a golf course. Right below all the executive offices. Here it is. I'm playing Torrey Pines. Now, they also provide these little balls here. It's not quite a shot place like Top Golf, but it's close. So here we go. First hole. Woo! Oh man, I'm in the sand.